Me, myself, and I. It's me, myself, and I.
Oh, yeah.
Me, myself, and I.
Come on, everybody, dance with it.
It's me, myself, and I.
Oh, yeah, welcome to the Me, Myself, and I show. This is Chet Jackson live in the studio visiting Sacramento. It's a pleasure to be here. We're going to have a lot of fun with the Me, Myself, and I show. Brought to you by Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the people who Jew your Jiu-Jitsu. I don't know, it might be Jewish, it might not, but it doesn't matter because you get to hit people for free. And now it's time for the man who knows it with the mostest, Mike Betancourt!
Hello. Oh, that was loud. Hello. Is that loud? Hello.
All right.
There we go. Chet Jackson in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a pleasure to be here, Michael. I had no idea how bald you were.
Oh, I'm really bald.
Have you been bald since childhood? I mean, there's really just no hair on your head at all.
It's all on my back. And
just sits.
And my butt.
It kind of looks like hair.
And my knees.
They can't see you, so that's not insulting, is it?
No.
I'm so drunk it doesn't matter. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Chet, let me, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Chet Jackson in the building.
Thank you for having me.
Live here. He can't ditch us. And
I can't believe I'm going to get to do my own podcast today. This is going to be unbelievable. An hour of talking about my life.
Chet, let me introduce you to our wonderful producer, Mr. Cory.
Hello, Cory.
Hey, Chet. How's it going, man?
It's a pleasure to be here, sir.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Is this your mother's basement?
Yeah, this is. Yeah.
Whoa.
This is wow.
You can insult my hairline.
Since he's got here, this is what it's been.
Hold on. You can insult my hairline. You can take over the show, but you do not ever insult the VGB Studios.
I'm so sorry. This really is a beautiful cubicle we're in.
Okay.
I don't know. Why do you bring these people to my house?
You know
because
what?
I'm free.
I blindfolded him. He doesn't know where you live.
Okay.
I never know where I am. I'm so high, it's like I'm floating above this chair. Am I wearing pants?
I gave him some meth, and I put a blindfold on him, and he's good to go. Hold on. Hold on, Chet. We're gonna get to you. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Ready?
What?
Are you ready?
All right.
Hang on.
Welcome to the Me, Myself, and I show. Today on the show, Chet Jackson.
Okay, Emmett Mikers, thank you so much for listening. I want to say a quick thank you to everybody. If you haven't noticed, on Super Bowl Sunday, I was in a commercial. Yes, for Super Bowl Sunday because you voted.
Goodbye depends. You really did that unbelievably, Michael.
It was
the
Valtrex.
look on your face, the squint.
It was Valtrex. But thank you, everybody, for voting for me. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to say this really nice because it's really hard to contain Chet. So I got to say the thank yous really, really quick because if I don't, then Chet's going to chime in, and I don't want that to happen anytime soon. So thank you so much, everybody, for voting for me, watching it. Send me texts, send me emails. Thank you very much. You're a huge community. I wouldn't be anywhere without you. So thank you
Michael,
so much.
I tease you, but we are very proud of you. That really, really was a wonderful spot.
It was. I'm not even gonna lie. I think he's being real.
I don't.
I really am. I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all, but I thought it was fantastic.
There we go. There it is. But no, I saw it. I saw it. I was at home. I actually missed the first part, and my wife was like, "Hey, is that the guy who does the show?" And I was like, maybe, because I thought you had something. And sure enough, there's you riding a fucking lawnmower.
That's it.
Like, in front of the biggest audience. So, like, congratulations, man. Like, if you're going to be on a commercial, be on it during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no kidding. And you know what it reminds me of?
Please tell us, Michael. Because
Super
we care when you talk.
The Super Bowl commercial reminds me of one thing. The podcast of the day! The podcast of the day that I highly recommend everyone to listen to is...
Donuts!
There's a donut podcast?
We love donuts.
Are you chiming in as a recommendation of...
Listening to donut. Have you ever listened to a donut, Michael? It's magical. I can't tell you how many times I've been with a nice solid bottle of Jack Daniels on a rooftop. Not necessarily my rooftop, but if you sit and you listen to a donut... Magical stories, my friend, for hours.
So what's the name of this podcast, this donut podcast?
Donatia.
I love it.
The history of donuts.
I love it. So if you ever come up with a podcast, ladies and gentlemen, Please create one called Donatia.
No, it's Donata.
Donata.
From the Latin word donat.
Donata podcast.
Well,
Are you gonna
the
create?
land of Donatia.
Are you gonna
is where
create that?
donuts come from. Did you know that, Michael?
I don't know a lot of things.
Yes. Well, Smurfs come from Smurfville.
Right.
Donuts come from Donatia.
Nice.
Stupid.
Are you gonna are you gonna read out of the Book of Hank anytime soon?
I will leave everybody because I for some reason I think I have to poop. I'm going to leave you with this, Michael.
You're gonna leave?
I'm going. I will come
You're gonna
back.
stop talking for a moment?
I promise I will come back.
Please don't.
From the Book of Hank. Thy, in thy, shall thy, when thy.
Be in her thigh.
Don't make it dirty, Michael. Fucking A, don't make it dirty.
Whoa! Forget it. You know what? Forget it. I apologize. My bad, Chet.
Time to go poop. Thanks, everybody. I'll be back in a minute.
Everyone say goodbye to Chet.
What? Can
Chet's-
someone please watch him when he's out there?
Dude, you gotta watch your dogs.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's what I got.
Is all this stuff free out here?
No.
I can just take what I want, right? Like a parting gift.
Dude, he's the worst guest.
Yeah.
This is what my fault. I brought him
I
along.
think I broke the television. I'm sorry.
I brought him along because Brett Walkow was supposed to be my guest, and he's like,
Oh, he's funny. That guy's actually really funny.
He said, Mike, I would really love to be on your show, but you got to bring Chet because I owe him money, and this is the only way I don't have to pay him. I was like, I get it.
Okay.
So,
Michael, there's some weirdo waiting out here for you.
I'm gonna introduce Brett Walkow in a moment, Chet. But you, hey, look! You see that over there?
What? Wait, where?
Right there.
What?
Look.
Where?
Up.
What? Ah!
Keep looking up. Perfect. Thank you. Just look up, and we'll call you to look down.
Oh, it's so pretty, Michael.
Okay. Cover your mouth.
I love the stuff.
Hold on. Cover your mouth.
Oh, I'm getting dizzy.
Okay. Good.
Good night.
Good night. That's worse than meth. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful, amazing guest today, ladies and gentlemen. I've known him for many years. He is also going to be headlining this week at Laughs Unlimited, and I highly recommend you go and see him because he's funny, and he's all the way from Chicago, and we always talk on the phone, but we never get a chance to see each other. I'm so happy to have him on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brett Walkow. Brett. I need some water. Brett.
He's just a comic. That was a really beautiful intro.
I almost had it. Let's do it again.
Thank you.
Brett.
Remix.
Brett.
We really practiced this in the car.
Ladies and gentlemen,
10
the one
times.
and only Brett Walkow.
Hey! Why do you call me always? Whoa! It's like a morning show. I like it.
Right. What do I always what?
Brett Walkow. You used to have a song like that. Brett Walkow.
Oh, it was like Go Cubs Go. Brett Walkow.
Go.
Brett Walkow. That's
Something.
That's it. That's all we know.
It was like
That's it.
It was like,
Brett Walkow.
Brett Walkow.
That's
Hey,
it.
Chicago, what do you say? Here comes a comic in L.A. Hey! I can rhyme this early in the morning.
It is early in the
Eat
morning.
it for a comic. This
It's
is
very early. Don't you hate
It's
hearing
at
that?
least noon.
Don't you hate hearing that though, as a comic?
What?
Oh, you guys woke up before noon. Is that difficult for you to do that?
No, I just smile and I hold up my morning mimosa and I go, enjoy your 9 to 5, bro.
Yeah, we're no shit. Enjoy getting up. I gotta go back to bed in 5 minutes.
I gotta go back to bed after eating and watching television, thinking up my act. I mean, not working on my act all
Right,
day,
thinking
and then
of-
being sad about it,
Right.
because that's what comics do.
Folks, Brett Walkow is a great friend of mine. He originally is from Los Angeles.
From the town of the Kardashians.
the town of the Kardashians.
Most awful place in the entire world.
He's been on The Tonight Show.
I have been on the Tonight Show.
What others? Didn't you interview shows down in LA, or were you?
Yeah, no, I had a live interview show. It was a lot of fun. We did it every morning, and we had a lot of different people on. We had Kevin Nealon on. I got to host one of the directors from The Simpsons and Family Guy, and it was a lot of fun because it was the first time I had experienced doing a live show. Like, you do it all the time, but like I hadn't. And you're with these celebrities, and you're like, I better not sound like an idiot.
Yeah, no
I
kidding.
better know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, do your research and everything.
So it was a lot of fun because you got to meet all sorts of people.
So tell us about your journey from leaving Los Angeles and going. That was Chet. Don't worry about it.
Chet's kind of scary,
Don't.
bro.
It's not going to affect us.
So what is he doing in there?
They're since you brought it up,
I think he's humping a couch, bro.
they're not going to hear it. The audience is not going to hear what we just heard.
Oh, that little bling bling thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so I shouldn't stop and go, what was that? Every time I hear a noise.
Yeah, exactly.
I've done this before.
It's okay. But tell us about your journey and why you left Los Angeles and moved to Chicago. Even though like a comic is supposed to be in LA, or it's either LA or New York where you need to make it as a comic. So why did you just decide to leave Los Angeles and start brand new in Chicago? And what do you think about Chicago?
I love Chicago. I hate LA. Good night, everybody.
Perfect.
It's a very simple story, actually. I don't want to make it a downer, but I had a tragedy happen in my life, and it woke me up to my life. And I realized you get one shot at this, and I want to be happy. And I love what I do. I love making people laugh. I love entertaining, but I was surrounded by miserable people. And as I would tour around the country, I would meet all these wonderful people, kind, nice people.
Human beings.
Seriously, bro.
Normal human beings that say, "Oh, excuse me," and "Thank you," and "Please."
How can I help you? And
what?
And I'm not going to kick this homeless man because he's near my car.
Oh God.
No, I mean, I'm being facetious, but it really is an awful, horrible place of people that are so consumed with themselves.
Right.
And I basically sold off half of what I owned. I gave the rest away to charity because charity is a big part of my life.
Right.
And I got in a car and I went on a journey, an easy rider journey, and wanted to find myself. And the reason I did it too was I was inspired by so many friends that, like my friend Brian Glazen, he left LA. He was a huge producer in LA. And I was like, what are you doing? You're moving to Ohio? And he moved to Ohio, and he won an Emmy in Ohio.
Holy shit.
And I was like, wow, okay. And other people like that in my life were influencing me, going, Brett, go do this. Go. Yes. And another friend of mine, Tiffany Bell, an amazing singer. I went and stayed with her in Texas and did a bunch of gigs out there and loved it and started meeting, like you were saying, really nice, caring, friendly people that actually cared and were like nice to you. And so I was like, this is great. And I kept going, and I'd always wanted to go see a Cubby game. So I was a big Cubby fan growing up in LA, and I always wanted to see a Cubs game. So I went there now 4 years ago for my birthday to see a Cubs game, and I was like, wow.
Been hooked ever since.
I was like, wow, this is amazing. I always thought I had to be in New York or LA.
Right, that's what everyone thinks is New York or LA, and
Chicago is amazing. It has so much like culture, so much comedy. Ended up doing a comedy special there. I mean, that's where Second City came out of. Right.
So why is it?
So I fell in love with it and realized this is my home. This is where I love being.
And being happy is an important thing of your life.
I love it.
You know, you can't do anything else unless you're happy.
Well, people, honestly, comics think they need to be miserable.
Right.
Not all. I say it as a general, but you're taught that almost. You grow up as a comic learning that from your idols, that you're supposed to be miserable and supposed to be sad, and that's where great comedy comes from. And that's damn true, actually. But you
can't live in sadness.
I don't want
to. You can find sadness throughout your life, but you
hardship,
can't. Right, but you can't live in that sadness through your life.
It'll kill you.
It will destroy your family and your friends, and yeah. So, go ahead.
No, go.
No, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, go ahead.
I don't really have.
It's okay.
To say.
But you're the guest. It's okay.
You're the host. You should know what to do.
But seriously, go ahead.
No, seriously, I'm not supposed to carry this thing.
I know, but you need to go.
This is so much more fun being in the studio with you guys, because when I'm at home doing this over the phone with
you, I know.
I can't hear anybody laughing, so I don't know if what I've said is funny at all.
Oh, it's perfect every time. Corey's always laughing.
I know when I've done something funny, because in the background you can hear like.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, I got Corey.
I'm a tough sell too. 90% of the shit that Mike does doesn't make me laugh. But
I know. Happy Valentine's Day.
He says it while he's looking at you.
I know. With the computer
Like
device.
creepy sex.
I know. He's like,
He's just doing it with you. He looks you in the eye like,
yeah, you like this?
I hate you.
I hate sex.
No, I just hate you.
I just hate you. Ew, Corey. It's all over my face. It's gross, dude.
Oh, goddamn. You're going to Chicago, man.
Looks like I'm moving to Chicago. Me, myself, and I is going to Chicago.
This show just got shut down.
All the ratings are going down now and stuff. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, you got to go see Brett Walkow this week.
Yeah,
Weekend.
At one of my favorite clubs. Definitely. Actually, I have to say my favorite club. I really do mean that. Jen Canfield and the gang over there run such an incredible club. When I was leaving LA, it was a weird and difficult time for me because I was leaving a decade of my life, and I turned to Jen. And I said, Jen, I want to make this club my home club. I think every comic has a home club.
Right.
I said, I love you guys. This is where I started in a way. I was a feature there, just waiting to headline. You know,
Right.
And Jen always believed in me and would bring me back. I have my picture on the wall there for the first time. I think it was one of the first clubs I ever had my picture on the wall. So it really is just such a fun room to play. And you know that as a comic. You know, you get terrible rooms.
Yes.
And you get really warm rooms. And they can be a big club. Doesn't mean it's going to be a warm room. And I love doing that club.
The last time I was there, it was sold out. 2 shows.
Yeah.
So
my weekend shows
they're doing
sold out.
a phenomenal job. And it's not like they're getting anybody off the street. They have their own following, and it's growing, and it's good, especially during the hard times of comedy during like summertime. It's always selling out there.
Yeah,
especially Saturdays.
They run a great place, and it's a lot of fun. And you and I have done so much stupid stuff there.
I know, right?
Ugh.
Right. Not like
we literally
like
heckle
Corey
each
hates
other in the
sex.
back.
No, it's not Corey hates sex. Stupid stuff.
No, kind of like that. You are a feature. You do have to pay your dues, my friend.
I do. I know. Harvey Weinstein, you're gonna suck my dick to become a headliner. What?
You're doing pretty good, Harvey Weinstein.
What's that?
You're doing pretty. Mine more sounds like Krusty the Clown, doesn't it?
Do it again.
Like, hey everybody,
Oh,
how's it going? I want you to take my pants off and play a game called
Hey Homer, I don't think Krusty should be showing himself.
now I sound like Ray Romano.
I don't think you should be showing yourself like that, Crunchy.
My Ray Romano sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Oh, you want to have a Ray off? Is that
Yeah,
what?
how's it going, everybody?
you
I'm Ray the Frog.
Well, I'm Ray, the hopelessly romantic type guy that wants to be in a corner and just cry.
You did that really good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I don't have any Quaaludes anymore, or anything like that. So
It really is Kermit the Frog, but sadder.
It's a sad Kermit
sad.
the Frog.
You know, everybody, I just want to sit in the corner.
Right, because Kermit the Frog is like, hi-oh, it's Kermit the Frog, yay!
Yes, yeah,
And then-
now make it sad like you've been drinking for years.
Hi-oh, it's Kermit the Frog. And I can't get it up anymore.
Oh,
Ma, help!
where is his thing, by the way?
Is pee-pee?
You ever see? That's my favorite. Is when you say, no, his pee-pee's not my favorite. I'm sorry, I don't want to say that to America. And by America, I mean the 4 people that are listening to us. But no, you ever seen them? Like my favorite is Muppets when they show their legs. You know, when Kermit's like on a bicycle.
Yeah.
and
Or he's
kind of
running.
flailing along.
Yeah.
You know, but you never see like his junk.
No.
No.
It's a lily pad. Gross. It's flat and slimy.
That's why Piggy's pissed all the time.
Kermit,
Yeah,
I want to see your pee-pee.
it's merely just a little leaf.
Don't put it in my face like that! Hi-ya!
The Rainbow Connection coming to...
No, but it's-
Hashtag me too all over my face.
Oh, we just ruined
Don't make
Kermit.
fun of that, bro.
I'm sorry.
That is
I'm sorry. Make fun of Kermit or Harvey Weinstein? Either or.
Hashtag me too.
Hashtag, yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
You as
No,
well.
I don't mean that. I mean that it's a
Hashtag
really
you
wonderful
as-
thing happening, and this is the wrong time.
Right.
To make fun of that.
Right. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
great.
Next. Well, we won't be doing this anymore. So, did you see the Super Bowl?
I did. What an amazing game.
What'd you think of the? Oh yeah, the game was phenomenal. I was very happy to see
Oh, this is a segue into your commercial.
my commercial. No. I was going to talk about Justin Timberlake and Prince.
Oh.
That was,
I loved that.
That was
I don't
my
know why
seg-
people have a problem with that.
Because Prince said a long time ago, any holograms are considered demonic.
Did he really?
Yeah. He said that in 1998. They quoted him and everything, and Justin Timberlake and him have always been rivals, and then all of a sudden Justin Timberlake saying all these wonderful things about Prince and used that hologram at the Super Bowl because he's promoting his new album. So you got to.
Well, now it just sounds dumb.
You got to.
Why would you do that? This man publicly has hated you and thinks holograms are the devil.
Right.
And now you're going to put a giant hologram and sing his song.
Because he's promoting his album.
Well, at least he didn't pull his tit out.
I would have rather seen his tit.
Like right at the end, he just turns to everybody and just whips his tit out and smiles.
There you go. And it says, "Fuck you, Janet."
But then the other tit says, "R.I.P. Prince."
R.I.P. Prince.
That would have been beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, isn't that crazy how Prince literally came back from the dead and said, "This is wrong."
Now you're making it weird. I was enjoying it. Honestly, I thought musically the rendition of the song, the way he hit his notes and everything, it was just, I thought it was beautiful. But
Right.
now finding all that out, like, why choose to do that? That's like a comic going on stage and doing like, you know what? I'll tell you something. I saw one show at Laughs Unlimited. Oh, I don't know if I should talk about this.
You shouldn't have said the club's name.
No, Jen won't care. It
Okay.
wasn't Jen's fault.
Okay.
She brought this person up. It was literally like,
You don't
it was,
say the comic's name.
Oh, we'll call him.
Write it down. I'll here. No, write it.
We'll call him Falapio Wishnortsky.
Okay.
So Falapio Wishnortsky, because that sounds like a common name, right?
Oh, that sounds like an old hacky '80s comic.
Hey, everybody! All right.
Hey, I'm Falapio Swisnorski. Are you ready to get Borski?
Here are my puppets. Have you ever done a show with somebody with puppets?
No, that's scary.
Oh, I did. It was when I was first starting out. I was okay. I'll come back to the Jed story. Doing a Tribble run. Go David Tribble. David
Yes,
Tribble is this
I've
amazing
done many
man,
of Tribble runs.
Who just he had a love for comics, and he would book these runs where you would go 5 hours up Montana, 5 hours down to Oregon, and then 5. But when you were starting out, being able to do the road, it was amazing.
Oh,
It was
it's an
like
eye-opener.
First time. Oh, those are some of my best stories of road stories. But I got paired up. I literally got to Montana. I didn't know who the headliner was. I was the feature. And I get there, and I'm doing my show, and it was just after Halloween, so there's all these giant life-size puppets behind me, and I figure it's decorations left over from Halloween.
Life-size
So
puppets?
while I'm trying to, it gets better. While I'm trying to do my act, I'm making fun of the puppets and stuff, and I'm like, all right, making fun of the environment I'm in. And I get off, and I find out that the headliner's a puppet guy. And I'm like, oh man,
shit.
did I just mess up big time? But he didn't care, and
But the puppets did.
Let's jump forward. Why? He first of all, he totally had the white, rape van. And he's got all these puppets in it, and
his
I'm
hands
like,
are
he's
all
like, you want to hang
sweaty.
out, bro? And I was like, yeah, of course, let's hang out. Why would? Yes, nice man with a white
Wait.
van and puppets. I would love to hang out with you in the middle of Montana at 2:00 in the
And
morning.
then you're like, I'm not a puppet. Stop that. I am not a puppet.
So we get to a bar, and we're there, and we meet these girls, and I'm on the road. I'm like, wow, after show chicks, and so we go back to this girl's house, and I'm a naive guy. I like people. I don't think anybody's gonna hurt me or anything, right? I'm in the middle of Montana at this house, and this girl comes out, and she's got a snake around her neck, right? And then the puppet guy's like, let's get some cocaine.
Oh, shit.
And I'm just
Dude,
like,
he just went
I'm like, what's happening?
extreme. So whenever
less than zero. from
whenever you see a
1985.
snake, whenever you see a snake, it just reminds you of cocaine.
I don't know. No.
Oh.
He was him.
Yeah.
And so he says, I want to get some cocaine. And she's in the other room for a second. I'm like, bro, can you just take me back to my hotel? I don't really think this is a good idea.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, man, it's cool. He goes, go see blah blah blah. And so he's like, I'm gonna talk to this chick. Yours is the snake chick. And I'm like, what? So I go, and the snake
Ew,
chick.
he just pawned you off to a snake chick.
Pawned me off to the snake chick.
Ugh.
Because apparently I could have some kicky sex with a
You
giant
wanna-
python. It was one of those big. What do you call the big ones? It was like one of
boa
those.
Python,
constrictor?
boa constrictor, or
It
python.
was like the huge long, like that.
I think the
thick.
Jake the Snake one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I had never seen anything like that, much less on a chick in Montana at 2:00 in the morning. So
what a weird night.
I go in there for a second. She's in her lair of a bedroom, and I'm just freaked out. So I walk back out to find him. He's gone. I'm like, I turned to the girl that he was with, and I'm like, where'd he go? And she goes, oh, he went to go find cocaine.
I just like how nice he went to find like she's ready for it.
At 3, 4 in the morning
Oh
in
my
Montana.
God.
He ends up finding cocaine, right? And like finding a whole just giant thing of cocaine. So it's her, me, him, a bag of cocaine. I ended up walking back to my hotel room.
Wow.
Because and I know everybody listening to this is gonna be like, pussy, why don't you stay? I was like in my early 20s. I was freaked out.
I don't want to
you know?
get stabbed. I'd rather do cocaine in my own room if I have to. If I had to.
Not gonna say anything. But I spent the rest of the week with this guy, and he was like literally just high on cocaine with his puppets. Like, and I didn't realize when he had gotten there he was. So that's my cocaine snake puppet story.
Okay.
All right, I'm really glad I shared that.
What about the Jen and everything?
Oh, the Jen story.
Yeah.
We were doing a benefit. There was a benefit night at the club, and somebody had died of cancer. And the host was like a new comic, and he goes on stage and he's doing his act. He only has to do like 5-7 minutes and then get everything going for us. And then he's like, he goes into this bit. And as a comic, you know, you write bits and they're kind of in your head that way.
Right.
And if you try to alter it,
It throws you off.
it throws you off.
Yeah.
So I understand that. But he decided to do a bit where at the end of the bit, he literally goes, oh, I got cancer. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, get over it. Oh, you died from cancer, you big pussy?
He didn't change it.
No, he said that. We all froze. Jen just very casually goes, light. And just turned on the light. Oh, and I will get to his credit, he tried to keep going. And the whole audience just...
Gasp.
Oh, no, just quiet. Just, and it was like, oh my God. And the best part was like, and now here's your feature.
Wow.
Good luck following that.
Wow. You should have just stuck with some cocaine then. Dude, how do you...
Cocaine and puppets would have done him better.
Seriously. Oh my God. That's just so bizarre. Just like, hey guys, I know you're feeling shitty right now. Let's make it worse.
Yeah.
Let's make it a lot worse. Yeah. Let's open that wound that you have in your heart and just tear it
You
up.
know, I do a lot of charity fundraisers. It's a big part of my life. You know
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Everything from stuff for our troops to I work with Lou Mind, Down Syndrome Association, which are some of the most beautiful people I've ever worked with. And I'm blessed that I now have been able to make that a big part of my life, bringing comedy to these things. And we raise people a lot of money, but it does get hard sometimes when you're dealing with a subject matter that is like that.
Right.
And the tone of the room can be very, very down. And I'll tell you one person that, now I'm blanking on his name, Joel McHale. Joel McHale, I did a benefit with Joel, and it was a cancer benefit. And literally somebody would just go up and do a speech. And it was the saddest speech you had heard about their child dying. And the whole room is just, it's heartfelt. And then he's got to come back up and be like, that. And you're like, how do you do that? You can't be like that. You can't be like, wah, wah. Well, thanks, cancer dude. You can't do that, you know. And I watched.
There's an art to it, though.
And I watched him. And I learned
There's a
from
nice,
him.
smooth transition.
It was one of those moments in your career you pick up something from somebody. And I watched. He was very classy and found a way to say something nice and then bring up the tone of the room and bring it up. And suddenly he had people laughing and giggling. And I was like, wow, you know. And I emulate that, you know. I think mostly I emulate my idol, Johnny Carson.
Nice.
When I do benefits. Johnny always had a smile on his face. He brought a joy to the room. It didn't matter what was going on in your life. You just smiled. You felt good when you turned on Johnny. You know?
Because he was butt rich and owned Hollywood. So
No.
you don't think so?
Oh, look, I don't know what's all going on. You know, that's a good topic to discuss. There's so much.
But he was also a good person. Yes, I get that. But
No. But these people that are assholes. But
That's
great. But did I say that tactfully?
I believe that's the word.
that's a good word. Yeah.
But assholes, but great entertainers.
Right.
You know, do you just hate all of them? You know, look, there's some people who've done some bad things as we're all learning, and we should hate them for that. And they're going to go to hell. But there are some really great entertainers like Johnny who just brought so much joy to us, who might have been an alcoholic asshole. You know, does that mean you don't watch them?
No, of course not. Because my favorite thing about Johnny is when he went when Don Rickles broke his cigar box.
I don't remember this.
Okay, he was sitting down, he's smoking a cigarette, and he's putting his cigarette out, and he opens the cigar box, and it's broken. He's like, "What the hell's this?" And he looked at Ed McMahon. He was like, "Oh, I didn't do it." He's like, "Well, who did this? This has been like for like I've had this for about 20 years.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, someone yelled out, oh, Rickles did it. He's like, Rickles did it. He's like, where's Rickles? He's like, oh, he's in the other studio working on a show right now. He's like, all right, it's on YouTube. You can find it. He gets the camera crew, gets a microphone, goes to Don Rickles' show.
Really?
It says it's recording right now. He doesn't give a shit. He breaks the door open. They're in the middle of a take. He's like, Don Rickles, you break my cigar box? And like everybody's just dying laughing, like right in the middle of a take, and he just comes in bursting in and just like harassing Don Rickles about the cigar box but it was great because it was funny. You love Johnny Carson. It was like this new movement that you've never seen before. Like he's going behind.
Yeah. That's right. There wasn't people listening to this. This was an era where there wasn't.
Right.
Everybody has a camera. You can go do behind the scenes, like Ellen and like Jimmy and like stuff like that.
Right. And Johnny Carson doing that and interrupting a show.
Oh, wow.
That's so funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the first thing I saw of John, I always, I idolized him when I was a kid, and then there wasn't internet really back then. That's how old I am. But it was just starting out, so you couldn't find hidden clips of people and stuff. Now you can find stuff, and I found one when I got a little older, and this is what kind of pulled the curtain for me on entertainers. There's a great clip of Johnny and Ed. They would do their commercials live,
right?
Like back in the day. Like
this is sponsored by Alpo.
They would pull up a can of Alpo, and then they would Johnny would talk about it for a second, and then they would go back to the show.
Right.
Well, there's a behind the scenes with the two of them, and I think it's Tide. I know it's some kind of wash something, and Johnny's just sitting there. I think he's got a cigarette, and he obviously had liquor in his cup, his mug, and he's like, Tide, If you, I don't know, this is stupid. Do we really have to do Tide? They just suck. Tide, they clean shit. How's that? And Ed's just losing it. Ed's losing it. But yeah, that never made it.
Did you see the one where Ed McMahon was just completely wasted?
No.
Oh my God. Ed McMahon was
I think I know what
drunk
you're talking about, though.
off his ass
on the air.
On the air.
Was he kind of swaggering and like? Bah.
No, he was laughing, and you could just see he was lit. He was just gone, and Johnny's like, so.
But you're talking about half the episodes right now.
What episodes?
Half the episodes of the Tonight Show.
Probably, yeah.
No, they always had.
But it was so funny. He's like, Johnny was like, so you're enjoying your coffee right now? And he's like, yes, yes, I am.
That's correct, sir.
Okay, is that decaf or is that what is that? What do you have in there? And he's just like, and just keeps drinking it. The time.
You know what's funny? As a comic, we have so many influences. I've realized that we're not really doing Ed McMahon. We're doing Phil Hartman doing Ed McMahon.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That's correct,
yes,
sir.
That's correct, sir.
That is, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Like, what's funny is I realized my old Jewish man, who I do all the time, this guy I've got a in my voice. And I'm not feeling too good. I don't know why. I can't. Nap time. I'm actually, I'm doing Billy Crystal and Eddie Murphy. Well, that's actually the funniest. I think my old white Jewish man comes from Eddie Murphy, because Eddie Murphy
from Coming
was
to
my
America?
idol when I was a kid. Yeah, when he goes, Cassius Clay.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
What is that, velvet? That is nice. Feel that. That is good. No, that's good quality material right there. Yeah, my old white Jewish man comes from a black guy.
We should have Eddie Murphy and Ray Romano on the show one of these days. If we can.
Yeah, that'd be great. Actually, God bless my mother. What she put up with as a child. I used to walk around. Eddie was my idol. So I would be like, Mom, where are my fucking socks? And my mother would be like, no. But she knew I didn't mean it mean.
Right.
She knew that I was idolizing this. I saw it as like a joke.
He was thinking about making a comeback in stand-up.
I hope so.
And he said,
we love you, Eddie.
It was an interview. He said, well, if I do go back to stand-up, I can't just go to the theaters and do it. I have to go back to the clubs and start out from the beginning and work out stuff like I used to do. So to be that humble and to realize that he has to go back to the beginning after so many years of taking a break. Oh, it would be great, especially now in today's society. He should definitely come back.
Well, I don't know if you know this. Again, the thing is, people think these celebrities become big and then there's no more butterflies and everything's okay. And then you get to see these behind the scene things. Like I was in the movie Comedian with Jerry Seinfeld, and I got to see different footage from that where you just watch Jerry. scared and worried. But Eddie, there's somebody I would love to work with. I've been blessed. I've been worked with a lot of wonderful celebrities in my career, but Eddie, that would just be a dream come true. But I got to see him behind the scenes. He's such a nervous little bug. He's so
neurotic.
Neurotic and worried about himself and worried that he's not any good. Still, that's why on the Saturday Night Live reunion, he was barely on it.
I know.
And a couple comics. That's what was great. All the comics came to his aid, like Chappelle and Chris Rock, and a lot of them. They were like, "Eddie, we love you, man. We love you, man." He was terrified.
Was that why he didn't do the long monologue during the reunion?
That's why it was all very short. He was terrified. And we're like, we love you, Eddie. Come on, do anything, man.
Yeah, but when you're a perfectionist, you want to bring the funny, you want to bring the heat, you want to be on that plateau where you once were. And, you're given that spotlight on Saturday Night Live, and then it's like, hey, be funny now. And
well, that's the thing, too, is once you start to get big, the pressure for everything after that to be great. Every time we see you, it's got to be phenomenal. You can't fail. And I mean, I went through it too. I went through a period of my career where I started to get higher and higher, and then you just, you worry, and then you drink more, you party more, to wash away the pain, and then next thing you know, you're not really yourself.
Right.
You're just,
you're sad, Ray Romano.
Oh, I gotta go jerk off, and nothing's gonna come out of it.
What was that?
That's very amount.
I'm gonna jerk off, and that's it. Oh, it's the music.
Is this like the Grammys where we're gonna take it off?
That was a perfect time to leave.
It was nice.
You see the code? See what I did with Corey? I was like, I did the wrap up to
First, I was thinking rodeo. Oh, okay,
he got it though. He was like, let's do this.
Took me a few.
Brett, thank you so much for being on the show.
It was a pleasure, Mike. I love you. Speaking, look, you always promote me, but Mike Betancourt, everybody, come on. Mike Betancourt.
Thank you.
No, I'm so proud of you, bro.
Thank you, man.
You really have. When Mike and I met, quickly, just for 1 minute. Well, when Mike and I met, you were just starting out, and you always would come to me for advice. You would always work hard. And there's so many comics out there that are like, why am I not famous? Why is it not happening for me? And you hustle, you do this podcast, you put yourself out there, you constantly work at it, and I'm so proud of you, bro. You got this commercial now. Mike's got a film on Sunday.
Yeah.
That you're in. The premiere's in San Francisco, right?
It is. It's called The Guitar Man. It's originally a book, but it's a true story about a guitarist named Buzzy Martin who voluntarily went to San Quentin to teach the prisoners how to play guitar, and I play one of the prisoners. So it's going to be and it's a supporting role. It's a big role.
And you're a good actor. We've done stuff together. We did Gwen's movie.
Yes.
And we did some fun stuff in that. So anyways, I know we need to go, but I'm so proud of you, bro. And at some point you're not going to be able to feature for me. You're going to be your own headliner. And I'm glad that we get to do this now.
Thank you, and I'll go in the corner and cry my tears and use that for lube.
So anyways, enough about your bullshit.
Thank you.
If you'd like to check my stuff out, everybody, please check me out online. You can check me out simply on brett.net, B-R-E-T-T.
We'll put that in the
net. Oh, great. And also, please give to local charity and fundraisers. We got to take care of each other in this world, and that's a joy that I have found as I'm touring around the country, that if we all help each other, it can make a difference. And I'm watching all the Cure SMA, Down syndrome. We're turning hope into change. So help your local charities. Help people.
Can we have people just add you on Facebook and then probably get you on the guest list this weekend, maybe?
Of course. Hit me up on Facebook, and I will gladly get you tickets. Jen is very gracious. Oh, God, I hope she doesn't listen to this. Yes, we'll get you tickets, or I'll get you a drink or something. Please come down. You know what? Anybody who comes down, you get a free DVD.
There you go.
Free DVD.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me, myself, and I want to say thank you so much. And one quick thank you to my sponsors, Waza Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You mentioned the Me, Myself, and I podcast. You will get the first month half off of training, so you can choke somebody out if you want. Anyways, thank you, Brett. Thank you, Corey.
Thank you. And thank you, Corey.
And don't forget to see Brett this weekend at Laughs Unlimited.
Come on down, everybody. 5 shows this weekend. Come on down.
Salsa! Salsa! That's my new closer. Salsa! We're done.